Yeah, go live.
All right, hey guys, wanted to give a quick update here. I just got done talking to Gabrielle Ellison. She's the owner of the Big Daddy Zane's in Odessa that was raided by the thugs of the Ector County Sheriff's Department with their up armored vehicle and all that kind of stuff. And as you know, there were several arrests. There were four individuals that were charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. I've already done a video about that and how the sheriff was absolutely wrong on that. Then you have Gabrielle, who was arrested for violating the governor's executive orders. By the way, the governor has come out and the attorney general has come out on their Twitter and both said that what the judge did to Shelley Luther up in Dallas, where she was put in jail for 7 days, was a complete miscarriage of justice. If she's gonna, if they're willing to say that about what they've done to Shelley, surely um, they can talk about the fact that the Ector County Sheriff's Department sent,
Surely it means they're hypocrites.
yeah, surely they can. They'll have something to say about the fact that they sent a SWAT team in on a business owner who was just trying to open up her business. But after talking to Shelly, so she, I'm sorry, not Shelly, Gabrielle. Um, so she was arrested for violating the order. That's what she's charged with. And then there was another customer who was arrested for interference with the duties of a peace officer. Now that's the same charge that when they had nothing better to do in my first arrest back in 2013 that started Open Carry Texas, that they went to because it's such a broad charge that almost anything can be interference with the duties of a peace officer. I mean, if a police officer tells you to bend over, drop your drawers, and spread your cheeks, and you say, "Excuse me, no, I'm not going to do that," and he tries to unbuckle your pants, and you keep him from unbuckling your pants, well, there you go. That's interference under the law, and it doesn't matter that it's an unconstitutional, unlawful act. But what I want to read here because I want to tell you what the facts of this are and how that guy that got arrested for interference got arrested. So while they were arresting Shelley, geez, so many great and wonderful cops are out there arresting such dangerous, violent people these days. I'm getting all the names mixed up. Um, but Gabrielle out in Odessa, while she was getting arrested by the Ector County Sheriff's thugs, one of the customers that was in there said, "Why are you doing this? What are you arresting her for?" And the sheriff's response was, "Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest." That's what it was. He got arrested and charged with interference with the duties of a peace officer for having the unmitigated gall to ask why the sheriff was arresting anyone because nobody was committing any crimes at all. Um, I want to read to you. So the statute is 3815 of the Penal Code. Okay, and I want to kind of read this to you because it's such a broad statute. It's something I've been trying to personally work on for a long time to get fixed. But a person commits an offense if the person with criminal negligence, okay, that's the key word there, criminal negligence. That's one of the first. First of all, there's got to be an intent. Okay, criminal negligence interrupts, disrupts, impedes, or otherwise interferes with a peace officer while the peace officer is performing their duty or exercising authority imposed or granted by law. All right. So one could easily argue, okay, well, let's just go with the worst case scenario that the sheriff was given the authority to violate people's rights and keep them from opening their store. So surely he was interfering with that, right? But if you skip down to section D, so it's 3815D, there's actually a built in defense that says it is a defense to prosecution under this section that the interruption, disruption, impediment, or interference alleged consisted of speech only. So not only is the Ector County Sheriff ignorant on what constitutes on what constitutes the premises for the purposes of arresting people with firearms, but he's ignorant about what constitutes interference with the duties of a peace officer under 3815 as well, because it's right there in black and white that speech alone is not a prosecutable offense. It's an affirmative defense. Now, unfortunately, the way that the law is written, it's only a defense, it's not an exception. Now, this is a problem, and here's the legal distinction between an exception and a defense. If Section D said it is an exception to prosecution, then he can't be arrested just for words. What this allows, the way that the law is written, unfortunately, is it allows thugs like Ector County Sheriff. I don't even like to use his name. Griffiths is his name, but I don't like to because it reminds me it's too close to Grisham. And anyway, but if it was an exception to prosecution, then the law simply wouldn't apply if all you're using is words. But what the law does is it only provides an affirmative defense. So the sheriff, one of two things has just happened here. The sheriff knows that the words that he used as an affirmative defense, but he arrested him anyway because just to be spiteful. Now he's going to have to get an attorney. He got in jail. He's going to have to get bonded. He got bonded, and then now he's going to have to hire an attorney, and he's going to have to fight for this stuff. The customer is in order to get his freedom from this interference charge, which is a Class B misdemeanor. Or he's just a dumbass, which is what I think is likely the actual cause there, because he doesn't know or doesn't care that speech alone does not constitute a interference with the duties of a peace officer. So this is everything that this sheriff has done in Ector County has been in violation of the letter of the law. This is an interpretation issue in any way, shape, or form. There are no interpretation issues here. This is a sheriff who thinks he's the law, right? And that he's going to do whatever he wants. And he thinks he's going to get away with it because, well, he's probably gotten away with it for a long time. But when I was talking to Gabrielle and I heard this story about how this other guy got arrested just for simply asking, "What are you doing? Why are you arresting these people?" And then the response is, "Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest." And then, of course, he was like, "What am I under arrest for?" And then they told him interference. He was literally just standing there, wasn't in anybody's way, wasn't trying to interfere or impede in any way whatsoever. He was just standing there and dared to ask the thug sheriff a question. So I wanted to make that very clear about 3815. That's what the interference with the duties of a peace officer are. The what we've done is we are working now with Gabrielle, and I had a good talk with her today. She's got a lot of interviews today with a lot of national media, so this is starting to get some attention, as it should. But she does need help, and I think we found an attorney that's going to take the case pro bono. But there's still going to be some fees, because even pro bono attorneys, they have to have filing fees. There's transportation costs and things like that. We do have a fundraiser. It's in the link of this video, and it's the only fundraiser out there that Gabrielle has agreed to as an official fundraiser. There's another fundraiser out there for the 4 guys that were arrested with the firearms. This is separate from that. This is just for Gabrielle and the customer who were arrested. And it's going to go towards helping the pro bono attorney pay for transportation to get out there, because he is doing this for free, and also for all the filing fees and all that kind of stuff. Who knows where this is going to go? Any money, and I've put this in the fundraiser that we're doing for her, 100% of it, first of all, is going to her. Any money that's not used, once this is all over and done with, any money that's left over is going to be split up evenly among her employees. Not her, not Gabrielle. She's not going to get a dollar of it. It's either going to go to the attorney, and then anything that's left over after that, she's going to give to her employees who are not able to work because the sheriff and his unconstitutional actions, and the fact that he's threatening to kill people for opening up their bar. And so that's what she's going to do if there's any money left over after that. We only set it to $10,000. which is really not a lot when you've got a case like this. That'll go pretty quickly. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of money left over after that, but she also didn't want to go for an exorbitant amount of money.
I think the extra money should go to buying him a flak vest that fits him. But that's just me.
I don't think they make them in that size.
We could have it, what's the word, like personally made? Like,
I don't think that sheriff deserves a flak vest.
I'm saying it's like a sign of goodwill. Like, it's one of those, haha, here you go. For the
Yeah.
next raid you do, it'll cover his whole panis that hangs down there. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the panis itself is his body armor. I mean,
True.
you shoot the guy and it's not going to get through any
That was
major
just some
organs.
comic relief. I don't
Anyway,
really think that.
okay, we are a circus tent size flag. Greg said. We are planning a protest, just so you know. We are planning a protest. We have a date picked out, but nothing's official yet. And so while we're still doing the planning, so just keep your eyes open for our social media. Go to opencarrytexas.org. No, that's not my daughter. It's my wife.
Would his daughter do this?
Okay. Anyway, that there you go. Now no one's going to share this video. All right, I'm going to let y'all go. I just wanted to give you that update about 3815. So once again, the sheriff is making up crimes because he doesn't like what citizens are doing, and because he doesn't like it, he's going to throw the book at them. He knows the charges are going to get thrown out, but now these people have to uh, pay. Well, first of all, they had to pay to get out of jail to begin with. They had to bond out, so they're already out money. But they're also going to have to get attorneys. Thankfully, we do have at least one that is willing to represent pro bono, but he's out of Houston and he's going to have to go to Odessa. That's going to be travel. So that's what the $10,000 is going to pay for, even though we have a pro bono attorney. Okay. But Gabrielle has 100% oversight on this. The only reason that I'm hosting it, Open Carry Texas is hosting it, is because she's so busy with all these other interviews and getting her business back up and trying to help out her employees. And she's also helping protesters out there in Odessa. So I told her we would, if she was okay with it, that we would host the fundraiser for her, and she's a team member on it, so she has full oversight of all the money. Okay. Oh, good. You're in San Angelo. Excellent. David Ahmed, AMAD, he's our vice president for Open Carry Texas. He's going to be planning and coordinating a lot of this. So if you know David, get a hold of him if you're able to help in any way, because obviously he's in Houston as well. So if you're closer, he could definitely use your help. And especially if you're out there near Odessa, he can use your help in planning and coordinating stuff out there. So get a hold of David for that. Meanwhile, I am back to my Supreme Court brief that I've been working on for several days and keep getting distracted. You guys take care, be safe, and be free.